welcome to the second episode of The Next Big Thing. My name is Ruani Rajapaksa, and today we have with us Ms. Nirmani Disanayakar, the owner of the Hokey Pokey Cafe. And today we will be hearing about her experience. Hi, Miss.
Hi.
So, our first question to you. Your journey began due to your passion for baking and cake decorating. So, what would you say your motivation was behind turning that into Hokey Pokey?
Okay, so for baking, my main motivation was actually my mom because we used to, do all this baking stuff when we were small. But coming to Hokey Pokey, my motivation was I think my parents backed me up a lot. And I had my background in baking and all of that stuff because I did my diploma as well.
Oh.
So up until my diploma, I had no clue what I wanted to do, just like everybody.
Yeah.
So once I started the diploma, it was a big motivation. Okay, I need to do something for myself. I need to, build this up. Somewhere, somehow, always like cakes, pastry would be number one. So if that answers the question.
Yes, definitely. So like you said, right? You usually take up hobbies to take away the stress of day-to-day life, find something fun and interesting to do. So, how would you say, like, it would have been challenging, right? Taking something that you enjoy and you do for relaxation and turning that into a business endeavor. How has the challenge?
So baking was never my hobby. It
Okay.
was not a stress reliever.
Oh, okay.
It was always, okay, I have to do this.
Okay.
So I enjoy what I do because it's not something, okay, I have to go to work, I have to do a cake, I have to do this. It was always, okay, something fun. So I never feel like I'm working because I'm doing what I like.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is. Did I answer? Did I miss anything? Okay.
No, okay. So yes, at your previous role at KPMG, like the majority of us would, we would be working a 9 to 5 and would have to follow a chain of command and report to senior management. But now you are your own boss. So how has the transition been from having to report to somebody to just being able to do whatever?
Okay, this is what I tell a lot of people who are at corporate jobs, just like at KPMG. Since you are under somebody, you will always be supervised because they wouldn't let you keep the next step. Knowing that it will be wrong, they'll be like, don't do that, you have to do it this way. Okay, you have to do it that way. Someone is always there to correct you. But in terms of being an entrepreneur or like an owner of this, nobody is there to tell you, okay, this is the right step. Or like, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. At the end of the outcome, only you will know, okay, I screwed up this here. I did not do it right here. So it's always trial and error. So good and bad because you don't have to ask anybody to take the decision. But when you are reporting to somebody, you will always know, okay, this is what I should do. I can ask him for help. I can ask her for help, who's senior to me. And here it's like, I'll do this and see. It doesn't work. Okay, maybe go to plan C. So you have to have a couple of, plan Bs, plan Cs, and plan Ds because everything comes up like this and you have to make really quick decisions. So that's a bit hard.
So
that's a bit hard.
You're prepared, but you can never be too prepared.
Exactly.
So for somebody starting out and who would want to switch from a boring 9 to 5 to a challenging environment like this, do you have any words of advice?
Okay. First of all, when you want to, let's say you want to take photos, quit your 9 to 5 and just, be a videographer. I think you have to do your homework entirely because for me, when I wanted to start this and, have the coffee shop and the cafe also, I did a barista training course, which I got the certificate from Malaysian School of Coffee. You have to know each and everything because you can't really rely on stuff because they'll come and go. So you have to know each and every aspect of your business because if somebody doesn't function or doesn't do it the way they want to, you can always take him out and put somebody or like, you need to do your homework and know everything from inside and out.
Yes. So that you're not forced to
go back to your 9 to 5. Yes. Because you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Let me just go to something safe where I can get my money also, and then.
But it's not as rewarding as if you had.
No, because like I said before, it doesn't feel like work for me.
I guess that's the best part.
Yeah, because yes and no. Because if it's 9 to 5, you're done. Starting from 9, you're done till 5. Here, you have to work it's always work and not always work also. So yeah.
So, one of the most important questions. Hokey Pokey is extremely aesthetically pleasing. When you walk in,
Okay.
it's quite relaxing, the entire vibe going on. So, what was your inspiration behind the interior design and like what would you want to portray to your customers?
Okay, so in terms of interior designing, all credits have to go to our architect and interior designer. His name is Charit Heva Masnolla. So him and my dad and my mom and I, he was the architect always had the vision in his head because he was working with our family since I was small.
Oh, okay.
So he always had in his head whatever we wanted to, whatever we had in our head, he would put it out better. So all credits go to him except for like the colors and how everything should be placed. It was just me and my mom because we know the practical side of it. But all the everything else, it credit goes to him. I can't take any of it.
So you would just definitely say your mom was a big inspiration.
Yes,
your
yeah, and my dad too,
Yeah.
because he would be involved in the big decisions where we would know what to do.
Of
Yeah.
course. So you've also partnered with Spicia, which
Oh,
is your
yeah.
family-owned business. So would you say it's challenging to juggle both the roles of being a daughter while also working as a business partner? Have there been some hiccups along the way?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot because sometimes we wouldn't agree. So whenever we want to bring forth a point saying this shouldn't be done this way, we have to change it. So what I try to do, because otherwise you can't get into a huge argument, is have a couple of points. Okay, this is why we should do this. This is why we should do this. This is how we can be cost effective. This is how we can increase our revenue or whatever, and just put it forth because my mom and dad, they're like uh, my boss because since I don't have a lot of experience yet, I have to just big decisions I always pass through them and see if it's good. But the daughter and the partner role, I
It's
think
quite a fine line.
yeah, it is.
It's quite a fine line. So also, anybody who has visited Hokey Pokey, and I do encourage that you should, we are right next to RIT. I would say that you take on a very hands-on approach, right, in your business style. So you would see you greeting the customers, helping prepare orders. So what made you pick that style of leadership? I feel like it definitely makes a difference.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that because I have been wanting a feedback of how this is operated. One main thing is we still have trainee staff, so I have to overlook everybody. And also, since we are new, I want to set a tone of how things should be done. This is how it should be done. So I have to, be in the middle and guide everybody. You should do it this way. Answer the phone this way. Serve a customer this way. Because inception, if you don't do it right, you will not have because compared to different people, because the staff we have here will not even though they're the initial staff, in about a year you will not have the same people, so you have to kind of set up protocols or whatever to how to run the place or like serve a customer.
Establish your brand image.
Exactly.
Perfect. And on a lighter note, so I mean, you get so many different kinds of people walking through, students, everybody. So have there been any weird or bizarre customer interactions that you would potentially like to share? From the way you're smiling,
how long do we have? Yeah, there's a lot. So let me think. Okay, it was something which happened at Spicy. I'm not gonna name names.
Okay.
So at Spicy we have quite a big car park where you can park about 10-15 vehicles. But you have to park in such a way that don't be a weird person who parks like horizontal or like diagonally where you can't park. So I couldn't go on that day, and in the morning, I had so much of notifications on my phone. He had sent an email. It was on Google reviews. It was on Facebook. Just because he had parked using 3 parking spaces diagonally, and he made such a commotion over there because one of our staff members had told, "Sir, could you please park in such a way that you can 2 vehicles can park?" and he had made so much of threats and like, I have been such a good customer, why are you doing this to me, I will never recommend this person to anybody, and he put it all over the internet.
But it was
And yeah, so I have to, customer is always right. They are not, but you have to deal it in such a way so you don't lose the customer. So I had to talk to him and be like, and he was like, no, no, they told me to do it this way. I need to park it how I want. It wasn't a problem with the food. It
Okay.
wasn't a problem with the service. Just because somebody told me to like park in a car. Yeah. So it was all over the internet because of that. It's not a problem with the food, not a problem with the service. So
just the
yeah.
most random, most possible.
Yes. Yeah. So that's that.
Okay. So that brings us to the end of the formal proceedings of the interview, and now for a little bit more fun. So we'll be having a short rapid fire question. So just don't stress it. Just whatever comes to your mind. There's no right or wrong answer. Just to get a bit more relaxed and just like a fun one.
Okay.
Totally random. Don't mind it. Do you think that there are more doors or windows in the world?
Oh wow. I guess windows.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Neither do I. But it is probably a fun question. If you were a dessert, what dessert would you be? Since you do love baking.
Okay, I have always liked red velvet with the cream cheese because it's not too sweet. Because when you ask somebody what kind of thing you like, about I think 80% of people will like something related to chocolate. So I guess red velvet cake with cream cheese.
Specifically.
Yeah.
I love cream cheese as well. What does not belong on a pizza? The biggest
Oh my
debate.
gosh. Personally, I hate pineapple, so I would say pineapple.
Pineapple on pizza? I love pineapple.
No, not
No
for me.
pineapple
Not
on
for me.
pizza.
Not for me.
Okay. What occupation other than the one you're currently engaged in would you like to try?
Oh
If
wow.
you had a
Okay.
chance, anything you'd like.
Mm-hmm. I think it would have been something definitely related to food because
Okay.
I don't see myself doing anything other than this.
Hard. So
Definitely,
everything in there.
definitely.
Would you rather stay in or go out on a Friday night?
If you had asked me that question about 5 years ago, I would say go out. But now, because of the hectic schedule, definitely stay.
Stay in.
Yes.
Are you more of a book person or a movie person?
Used to be a book person, but now I'm a movie
Movie
person.
person.
Yes.
Okay. If you had $1 billion, what would you still not spend on? What do you think is not worth it? Something overrated.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I have to think about this. Am I taking too much time? uh,
Something you
okay,
think
just
overrated.
something that came out of
Yeah.
into my head. I would never get a really, really good vehicle, a car
Okay.
or something, because
Okay.
one, you can't test speed limits in Sri Lanka. That's the
true.
point.
Yeah.
So I guess that.
Very good. Yeah. Totally fine. And if you could trade lives with either a celebrity or anybody for a day, whose life would you want to lead?
Hmm. Uh, okay. I guess it would be, I think my dad, because he's from the textile industry.
Okay.
And he handles this as well. So I like to see how his mind works because juggling two completely different industries from morning till
Quite a
evening.
challenge.
Yeah. So and yeah, must
Yeah.
be fun or chaotic. I would like to
Like
get in
to
that
know?
head.
And what food looks good but tastes bad? Like when you look at it, you'd expect it to taste better than it looks.
Okay. Uh, chocolate mousse has always been underrated sometimes because
Okay.
it would look really good and taste bad.
Okay.
Because it
Okay.
depends on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little technical, but it depends on the chocolate, it depends on the type of cream you use, and I don't know whether I'm saying weird stuff.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I guess,
Yeah.
yes, chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse. I mean, I'm a personal fan of like biscuit pudding.
Uh-huh.
Biscuit.
Oh, that's, yes, because see, in biscuit pudding is supposed to be a Sri Lankan dessert, right? Originally, it's supposed to be made out of butter icing with
Okay.
chocolate, but you get such a weird palate feel when you have icing because it coats it and
Yeah.
it's too sweet. And yeah, biscuit pudding.
Biscuit
That,
pudding.
yeah, I'm gonna switch my answer.
And one last question. Kind of famous. You're stuck in an island.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And if there was, do you like music?
Yeah.
Okay. If there was one music album and one movie which you could take with you
Uh-huh.
to watch for the rest of your life, maybe,
Okay.
what would it be?
Okay, definitely ABBA. And
Oh,
definitely the Mamma Mia movie because I'm a
yes,
huge ABBA
please.
fan.
Oh, I relate to you so deeply on that island. And yes, that wraps us up.
Okay, okay.
And that brings us to the end of our second episode. So we'd like to say a big thank you
Thanks
for
for
taking
choosing me.
your time out your definitely busy schedule for all of us. So Mr. Nirmani, a big thank you to you.
Thank you to you
And
too.
until then, see you next time.